Adil, we have seen how Chandrababu Naidu desperately opposed the Congress party. He was a bitter rival of the Congress party when the Congress went ahead with the division of Andhra Pradesh. Should we see this as a desperate and necessary move on the part of both the Congress and the TDP? Because this is not an alliance which shares common ideals or a common agenda. Possibly the only thing that you share in common is elections in Andhra in 2019 and your only common effort to defeat Narendra Modi.
Ankit, today India is at a crossroad. One path leads us to an autocracy and the other path is where we have to restore democracy in this country. Now let me respond to each of what has been said by the others as well as what's been going on for the past one day across news channels. Today there is an institutional implosion in this country. Judges of the Supreme Court say that democracy is in peril. The CBI raids the CBI. The common man has lost faith in the anti-corruption watchdog. ED officers are accusing Mr. Modi's blue-eyed revenue secretary of corruption. The CEC has become an extension of the PMO. The CIC has been reduced to a rubber stamp. Now let's come to the economy. Today, petrol prices have hit the roof. A common man has to pay 90 rupees per litre when it comes to petrol. A farmer has to pay 80 rupees per litre when it comes to diesel. The rupee is in the ICU. There are no jobs in the market. The informal sector has been crushed to the ground. Where is Mr. Modi's leadership today? His own ministry, DOPT, CBI comes under the DOPT. He's been unable to manage the DOPT.
Okay.
Every institution is crumbling. And I'm also constrained to say that there is a section of the media which has become virtually a mouthpiece of the BJP. Today, it is not about one's personal ambition. It is about saving India. Today, any person who disagrees with this government is labelled as an anti-national. You've gone to the extent of naming and labelling Ramchandra Guha. Ramchandra Guha has been labelled as an anti-national by the RSS.
Okay.
Where are we going as a country today?
Okay.
Please understand, it is about saving India today. And it's not just about political parties. We urge journalists, we urge every ordinary citizen of this country to come together today.
All right, Shaina, Rahul and Chandrababu Naidu seem to have found a common factor, a common enemy, that is Narendra Modi. It's the Modi factor possibly which has brought, which is working as a magnet to bring all of these former enemies to come together to take on the Prime Minister in 2019. But Shaina, the fact remains elections, despite whether they have common ideals or beliefs, elections are about arithmetic. And should this be the biggest worry for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which possibly is looking at south of India to get some sort of a deficit that they are going to face in north in the upcoming elections?
Well, let me start by saying that, in politics you have strange bedfellows, and Manisha ji said it absolutely correct. This is the same Chandrababu Naidu that used to absolutely be so openly against the Congress party, and for his own shortcomings or his own undoing in his home state as a performer, he has chosen to tie hands and sleep with the enemy and basically comment on our Prime Minister. High time we realize that our Prime Minister is here only to deliver for the people on policies, implementation of policies. For the others, they can go on into photo optics, theatrics and all kinds of suggestion to say, oh, democracy is in threat and we must all come together for this great land of ours. This great land of ours requires leaders who deliver on core policies that affect the lives of individuals, that show you that infrastructure needs to be worked upon. When we talk about ease of doing business, and India is dropping 40 odd points and coming down to number 77, I mean, is that not a great achievement for this country of ours? When we have projects of, rural infrastructure was in the doldrums. Look at the speed at which highways and all kinds of roads are being constructed, bridges, terminals. You only want to find the negative. if a
China,
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue, which is the biggest achievement world over to have the tallest statue in record time of 33 months, you try to make it into a Congress versus BJP battle. So I would only want to say, for those who are part of the Mahagathbandhan, at least elaborate what your vision plan for the country is.
Right, but
You have
China,
no
when you
vision
make
plan,
this
you have no
critique, and that's a
policy in
very
place,
valid
you have
point.
one policy in place.
That's a very
which is
valid
to
point.
bash
If all of
Modi
them
ji,
are coming
bash
together,
Modi ji,
they
and if
should
anyone
also
talks
to be
for
an
him,
alternate to the
then
Prime Minister. And what the BJP is doing, they should come out with a program. They should come out with a clear agenda that this is what they stand for and this is what they are going to do. But China, when you talk about strange bedfellows, BJP is also not, as new to this entire phenomenon. You went with PDP, you opposed PDP bitterly in Jammu and Kashmir. You went and formed a coalition with them. So the fact remains that desperation for power for any side makes alliances or breaks them. Isn't that how a common person should see them? And no party, including yours, led by the Prime Minister, is immune to that.
Look, alliances where necessary, alliances where there's an ideology, welcome. But if you're going to constantly bash Modi ji, I think the only answer that is given by the electorate.
But China, what was the common ideology between Mehbooba Mufti and the BJP?
The public domain, because public realizes the common agenda is development and is that the youth of Jammu and Kashmir should have been brought into the forefront and not been treated like aliens.